Good afternoon, good afternoon. What's happening, family? Welcome back. Hope you guys are doing well here. Let's get it going. Welcome to this session today. Yesterday was great. Gold kept going up. Okay. Stay strong. All right. Also when in position. Don't let the emotions take over. Same for today. Same rules. In case we enter a new trade. Let's stay sharp. Let's stay aware of the fact that we have everything under control. All right, and we're trying to always make it happen here. If you're still in the gold trade from yesterday, congratulations, because gold has been coming up. We have seen a beautiful, fantastic daily doji here closing down. Nice bottom wick on the next candle and a continuation. We do, however, are gonna face some resistance at this particular moment. I'm gonna talk about this in a second here. Okay, let's do that. From our challenge, okay, we're trying to get up. We're trying to put a $1,000 account, turn it into a $10,000 account challenge. So far, we're getting there. Okay, we're still in that same trade from 2 days ago when we entered our position right there below. 3 different positions in a range. So as you can see right now, we're starting to really continue up here. Okay. A lot of people thought yesterday that we're gonna come down to fill up that gap. But of course, you have to also understand that there are a lot of like fundamental reasons right now. You know, there are some geopolitical situations as well. A lot of things happening in the world at this particular moment that could also have an impact on the gold price as well here. Same thing, we have news coming today. You know, gold already has been coming down tremendously over the last couple of weeks as well. So, you know, we have to say it's kind of a quick recovery. But well, let's talk about it a little bit in a second here. Welcome back. Let's see what we have with us today. As always, gonna wish you guys a great session here. We're gonna do our work. We're gonna do our analysis right now on gold. Maybe a little bit on another pair as well, just to see what we have right here. Overall, looking ready to rock and roll here. Let's see what we have. Let's see what we have here. We have Mr. Nick, Mr. Benjamin Bogdan, my man. Welcome back, brother. Hope you're doing well. Soul Catcher, okay, chilling, eating some watermelon. Snowfall, what's happening, brother? Robin, good to see you as well. Matthew, Ricardo, you guys all made it perfectly on time. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Showing your dedication on a day-to-day basis here. Yes, guys, we have... All right, I think we had a little bit of an issue in the beginning here. Okay. Okay, we should be good. We should be good. Let me confirm this. I think everything is good right now. Okay. John says, good morning, Lorenzo. Got destroyed in London. Hopefully New York is a little bit better. Lorenzo, I'm long gold from 1813. Should I keep holding? Close 75%. If you close 75%, I think you could leave the rest running. Why not? I mean, there is definitely some potential here. Okay. Absolutely. We talk about everything in a second here, but we have some important news, right? So yeah, let's talk about the news real quick. The PPI, okay, similar to the CPI here. The PPI is based upon the inflation regards to the producer price index. That's what it means. Okay, so it's all about the goods and services sold by the manufacturers right now. So we have some important news coming up in about an hour. And then we have the FOMC and FOMC report coming out also later on in the afternoon New York time, which is going to potentially also be extremely important here. I have no idea about the expectation of the PPI here. We could combine it with the CPI, but overall I do think that yeah, what I would love to see is of course the dollar continuing to come down a little bit after that rejection. But we have to see, okay? We have to see. We're going to look at everything today here. Let's start with the dollar, fam. So far, so good. Okay. We all knew that we were looking at these confluences right now. We had that massive closure now. It's actually coming down a little bit more. On the daily, we have something important here. Because we had kind of a level that we had to break yesterday. That's the main reason why gold was struggling a little bit at the beginning when we entered our position. When we were practically consolidating here. Okay. Before that breakout. Eventually coming up later on, a little bit later today. Okay. But yeah, that consolidation there. We saw that expansion pullback. We started to consolidate here. And from there on, we eventually broke out because of the fact that the dollar was actually coming down and breaking that high. So which high I'm talking about? I'm talking about this particular high right here. You see this? This is a strong previous high that we had right there. Okay. The previous high was holding us up at this particular, or yesterday, we saw that it was holding us up unless or until we broke it. You can see clearly that right now, if you zoom in, that we eventually decide to close a daily candle below. And at the same time right now, we have a pullback. Okay, we had a pullback back into that candle, or into that level, I could better say. And right now we're facing already some selling pressure, some downside potential here for the dollar. You see that we tapped perfectly in that level, come back, and now we're pushing back down again. So the question will be, are we gonna flip this candle bearish again, or are we gonna reclaim? And this is the most important part for today. Are we gonna reclaim this particular level on the dollar? I'm talking about 105.879. If we reclaim that level on the dollar, we might see a new pullback for the dollar coming back up towards the highs again, which could still simply mean just another correction real quick from the dollar, or another pullback up to give us a double top formation to then eventually still come down here. So that would actually not be extraordinary or something in that manner right here. Okay. Anything below though, anything below that level right here, I seem to stay bullish on the euro, GU, and so on and so on, based on what I see right there. Same counts for gold and everything that we're seeing right there here. For gold though, it is slightly a little bit different. Okay, and the reason why is because we have, of course, also the treasuries coming down aggressively here. So what you see now on the monthly, what we talked about was that we are finally at this monthly high here. There are a lot of people that look differently at the 10-year yield. There are a lot of guys that look completely different and seeing that we're actually forming some sort of trend right now. But what I see now here is that we are back at the highs from 2007. Okay, we all know what happened after the 2007 highs. All right, we crashed aggressively. Okay, we came down aggressively. So right now at this particular moment, you tapped into that monthly. You tapped beautifully in that zone. And, this is a really serious level to look at. Okay, back at 4.562% right now, you can see that we flipped that monthly candle also bearish right now. Okay, this is extremely bullish for gold. All right, extremely bullish for gold right now, right here. At this particular moment, if the yields are gonna come down here, then gold will potentially thrive from that. So do take that in consideration. Okay, but again, when looking at the daily as well, I do have to be honest, and I do see that we do not have really a strong wick from the upside here. So the question will be, are we gonna push up again? On the hourly, are we gonna try to come up? Or at least for the next couple of hours, try to push us back up towards that level. If that happens, we might see or expect a slight pullback for gold, which could happen at any given moment. So I am aware of the fact that this could be right now another reaction here. If we go to gold here, okay, let's go to the 4-hour. We are back at that exact level that we're looking for, right? We are back right now. If you go to the 30-minute, it's maybe even more clear. Okay, we have this incredible 30-minute zone. I don't have to explain it. I think you guys already know exactly what I'm talking about here. We talked about this particular high before. Okay, we tapped into this particular high. We are now back in that zone right here. Okay, So the question will be, after, let's say, a significant move over the last 3 days, let's say, we had candle 1, candle 2, candle 3, we gained a total of 430 pips to the upside. 430 pips to the upside for gold. But also do take into consideration that we came down and we broke down from this high around, 12 or 1300 pips, okay? So that was also a very, very, very aggressive sell-off right here. At this particular moment, what I want to, pay very, very close attention to is the following. We have this doji, okay? We have this doji from yesterday, which is at 1865 high, and it is at 1852 low, okay? Our entry from yesterday on the stream was around 1857, right? Somewhat around the 1857 here. So we could expect today, I think, a little bit of a pullback. I think it's completely healthy here. Also, if you draw a little bit of a trend, you could clearly see that right now, if you go to the 30-minute, okay, we see something like this right now, okay? We have been respecting it quite well right here, okay? Look at this. We have one touch point, 2. We came back, broke out of it, retested it once, twice, 3 times. We could fall back. I think back towards the highs here at 1865 could be, in essence, a nice, let's say, quick scalp right here, which is going to be right there. So a simple retest towards the 1865, retesting, at least coming back down, pushing back, and from there on we have to see what's going to happen. I think that 1865 is a really nice level to come back to right now at this particular moment. I think it makes a lot of sense, especially at looking at the dollar. If you go to the 50-minute on the dollar, we are starting, and this is something that we have to be aware about. We are starting to consolidate, below that resistance. It could be a matter of time before we reclaim back that level and retest and continue up back towards the highs right here and see if we can sell off again, or come back higher in the very, very short term. Same counts for the treasuries, of course. We have to be very aware and careful to see what's going to happen here as well. I think everything combined will give us a pretty nice direction here. Okay, so for gold, at this particular moment, we are starting to see a little bit of a sell-off right now. But at the same time, you can see that if you zoom on the higher time frame, it's the most important part is that the dollar is below that level and that gold is relatively bullish for now. Okay, so be aware of that. That's also the main reason why I'm still holding up my position here. You have really, really good entries right now at this particular moment. We are still aware of the fact that we have that gap below that we have not filled yet, and we have news coming out today, okay? The PPI is important news. The Fomc report could be important as well here. But again, sometimes when there are a lot of things happening in the world, these are all important factors that we have to take in consideration. If you simply zoom out here, we have some interesting highs as well to look at in the long term right now. So I am still very curious to see how gold will perform. And if you do come down, isn't it a nice opportunity to then indeed wait for it to come back down again? If you do come back down again, look for new long entries and to start creating the double bottom formation to then finally start moving out and continue its momentum back to the upside right here. Okay? I still see a lot of long upside potential for gold for the next couple of months. All right, guys? So for now, it's all about, okay, what can we do on the lower time frames here? What is gold doing at this particular moment? Well, you see that we're kind of starting to sell off a little bit right now at the moment. So my suggestion is to open the book map, see what the orders are doing. We have some news here. I think it's important. And let's just evaluate like step by step, see what we can do right there from that particular moment. Okay. Overall, keep a very close eye on the daily level for the dollar. All right. This particular high, this retest right now, any break above here could be a reclaim back into that range, back towards the highs, which is still, in my opinion, bearish for gold in this case right here. And the reason why is because we have broken this low. We have closed multiple multiple daily candles below this low right here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or like at least 4 closures below this particular low. A pullback, continuation down could be very interesting if we in case we reclaim that that level here. So, you know, gold has been making serious gains. Could we see a little pullback? I think there is a likelihood. I think there is a potential scenario here. But yeah, at the same time, for gold right now, we do have this level to look at, which is the 1871 as well. Okay. In the long term, medium long term, extremely bullish for gold for now. Okay, extremely bullish for gold for all kinds of different reasons. Okay, the dollar topping out, the treasury topping out, gold, the scenarios in the world, everything coming together right now. Gold dropping tremendously beforehand, like we talked about before, right? We had this range. A lot of people were talking about we're gonna go up, we're gonna break the highs, and we're gonna go to new highs. Well, people were extremely bullish during the CPI on gold. We failed to break above it. We flipped bearish, and we did our macro analysis right here in our Discord. We talked about potentially chance of a long squeeze. We can call this a long squeeze, in my opinion. The question right now will be, is this enough to either directly start pushing up aggressively, or do we need to at least come back one more time before making that move to the upside? That's the question right here. So the only thing that we can do is look on the lower time frames to see if we can capitalize on a particular direction here. But yeah, let's see what gold is doing as well on the feed. Not many orders, as you guys know. Usually what tends to happen is that most of the orders are coming in around the New York Open here, like 30, 40 minutes. You will see the orders coming in. So very, very curious to see how that goes. At the same time, fam, I could start thinking about maybe taking some partials on our challenge account here. Let's see if we can do that. Okay. It depends if you break the 1871. Lorenzo, did you learn to reprice action through ICT? No, I don't. Yeah, well, I learned from a lot of different guys. I don't know. There is not one specific dude I learned from. I just, you know, took the basics from a lot of different people, start working, start trying to improve, practice, you know, spent hours and hours and hours, upon days, upon years, trying to understand market structure. And yeah, we're still learning. We are still learning right here. Okay. Wadi says the 4-hour dollar tells a good story. The 2050 broke above resistance and now we're bouncing back off support at the same level. The 24th or the 25th. The 25th. Yeah, the 25th. Right? So that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about also a previous high right here. If you start breaking above here, we have some movement for the dollar. I think that will be a really solid reclaim of the dollar right here for us to look at a little bit of a pullback, but also have a close on a 15 minute. Okay. Look at this right here. This is 1. This is 2. If we start coming there again and we start actually breaking out, yeah, then we reclaim the dollar here. Then gold might be retracing indeed a little bit further. All right, looking good. Natural gas setting up for the weekly. Yeah, so natural gas is for the people that are trading more commodities here. Natural gas is absolutely looking fantastic right now. Potential big opportunities coming your way. If you look here on the weekly, we've seen that we are finally, after weeks and weeks, we're talking about a whole year almost of consolidation right here, okay? A whole year of consolidation so far, breaking out right now finally after that year here. We're talking about serious stuff. We're talking about January all the way up until October. So 10 months of ranging, followed by a breakout right now for natural gas. Also, if you look at this, it might blow your mind right here, but this is, you know, an overall 80% drop. All right, an 80% drop on natural gas. Hey, the winter is coming, bro. The winter is coming. So be aware of that, okay? If you take this to the daily here, you know, might be coming down a little bit. I'm still waiting for a retest right now, followed by potential continuation right here. So I'm actually going to be extremely patient. Wait for natural gas to come back over the next couple of days to start looking for, you know, a potential reaction and then a continuation to the upside right here, okay? Absolutely crazy. 80% or 85% drop and a year of consolidation. So this breakout is actually extremely powerful. So if you are a swing trader, then this might be the opportunity you have been waiting for, okay? At least, definitely for me. Same counts for gold, by the way. Same counts for oil. We could talk about oil in a second here. I do think that oil has also some more potential. But I'm not there yet with oil. I think that we should still, yeah, I'm not there yet. Not there yet with oil. Okay. Still want to wait a little bit, see where we're going for. Bronson says, "Hi Lorenzo, how's the big challenge you are doing?" Good. So $1,000 to $10,000. We are now at, you know, 1,250. We just started. We are equity up 1,000, almost 900. If I would close it, of course. If I would close the positions here. The strategy that I'm using for this challenge is the following. I'm looking at ranges. I'm looking at the macros. If a lower time frame range aligns with the macros, I try to enter multiple positions on or in a range, wait for the breakout, secure myself, let that breakout run, and start getting into, you know, pullbacks and scale up my position here. Okay, scale up my position. So it's actually a combination of day trading and swing trading. It's actually somewhat in the middle, I can call it. It's kind of like an intraday trading strategy where you look for ranges in the market, you wait for the expansion. And the reason why I like it so much is because if you enter, you know, one trade and that's it, you have to take your 5 or 10% risk. You have to take that much risk if I want to grow a challenge account from $1,000 to $10,000, right? But if I divide each trade into 3 or 4 smaller trades, then I can easily manage because I can just take that hit very easily. And if it goes, you know, with me, I could just start building up my positions and still secure myself right away. So I would actually never risk 5 or 10% on my trade while I'm still actually operating with 5 or 10% of my position right here. So hope that makes sense, but that's the whole idea behind it. And so far it has been working. It's been working well, and especially when you're looking at the macros and you understand the daily time frame where you have, you know, a lot of potential, so you can hold your trades a little bit longer as well. Okay, that's the whole idea behind this particular challenge right here. At the same time, real quick, we still in that gold trade from yesterday at 1857 right here. Let me know in the chat. Good for me to know because we might have to manage it a little bit. Let's see. Kai says I gained 200 pips. Okay, great stuff. Rohit says I gained 200 pips. Nice. Okay. Yeah, in this case though, if you are here and you're in position, you might want to take some profits. I think it's not a bad idea. If you haven't done it yet, then this is definitely the moment to leave like a smaller position open. Let it run and see where it takes you. Okay, and the reason why is because yeah, of the 1874 for gold right now. Okay, which is this particular high. Do want to highlight though, and this is definitely something that we should not ignore, is that we have so equal lows right there as well. Okay, or equal highs right there. Sorry, equal highs right there above, and at the same time, like we said before, what my actually goal was to see gold coming back down or coming back up towards the 18, and then we have to go back to the daily here, which is right here, major level, 1885. 1885, okay? In this case though, let's pay very close attention to 1871. And let's see how we react here. If we react really clean, who knows what we can do right there. If he starts really slowing down and the dollar, we will do something else, but we'll see from there on. There are going to be some opportunities out there. But overall, if you zoom out, you know, we had a very, very clean breakout right here. Another breakout right here. And, you know, this was the perfect range. The consolidation, the expansion, the retest we entered here. Secondary and another breakout right there. So gold is looking very, very good. But whatever comes up also must come down a little bit. Okay. So I think that we are now at a stage where we could either start looking for, you know, a short-term pullback. And if not, then we will look at, you know, at another potential long, depending on the scenario at the beginning of the trade here. But keep in mind that the 1871 is what matters right now. If you don't go to the 15 minutes, let it come back at least to the 1871 to see how we respond to. Ziad Fahad Ahmed says, hey Lorenzo, it's me, Trade Max Fast from your Discord server. I'm your fan. Bro, you're doing great, man. I saw your stuff in the Discord. Keep it up, bro. Doing great stuff right there. Amazing. Keep it up. Keep it up. We're still working on the market overview in our Discord. Okay, we're still trying to fix some stuff here and there. Okay, it's coming. It's coming. We're working on it. We're working on it. Okay. A lot of new guys in our Discord yesterday. Around 150 new people. So welcome everyone. If you're new, enjoy your time in our beautiful family right here. Lorenzo, the strategy used for gold yesterday, is it similar to grid trading? A little bit. Yeah. No. Okay, 1871. Directly. Boom. Look at that massive order here. Coming in. There we go. Let's see what we have here. Reacting from it. Go to the 5 minute. Nice retest. Important stuff. Let's see how I react around this level right here. Okay. I'm relatively bullish on gold. Otherwise, I would have already closed this position here. But you know, any pullback we have to take very serious. We have to see how we react. So 1871 is now where we're at. And yeah, let's see how it goes, guys. In the meantime, make sure you smash up that like button right now. If you're new, subscribe to our beautiful channel. Hit the notification bell. And yeah, it's all about helping each other out here, laying the right foundation for your trading, and also making sure that you don't get too emotional when you're losing, which is part of the game, as long as you're doing and following your rules. It's all about following your rules. It's all about understanding what you're doing here. Don't focus too much on the outcome. Try to focus more on the process of trading. This is where the magic happens. Over the long term, this is how you will learn the best and how you will grow as a trader. Yes, I get you want to make money every single day, but what about you learning and you know, installing the right principles into your mindset in trading in general? I think this is what's going to bring you and elevate your trading overall. And like I said before, when in doubt, zoom out. All right. When in doubt, zoom out. There we go. Okay. So far has been a crazy ride though. NFP perfectly. Expansion perfect. Yesterday perfect. Today we have to see what's gonna happen. It is always a little bit tricky around the news. You guys know it as well. We have news coming up here. Anything can happen around the news. So be aware of that. Okay. No need to rush it during the news here. We have seen it with the NFP. Especially around now. You know, this was the perfect example during the NFP right now. NFP came out, we came down aggressively, and then look at that. Look at that. Retracement back up. Many pullback scenarios where you could look for longs right here. This was 1, this was 2, this was 3. They took out the lows, they swiped the lows here. We had that sell side built up right here, or buy side liquidity built up, sorry. And we had that massive expansion to the upside right here. So, you know, this was perfect. Absolutely perfect for gold right here. I think for now, yeah, we just need to see how we close this candle in the next 30 minutes as well here. Why? New York pre-open is going to be there soon. And it's going to be before the news. So don't feel the need to rush into a trade right now because there's so many things coming. And, you know, you're probably already in a profitable trade from yesterday if you're still open. If you closed it, completely fine. You made your money, you got out, perfect. That's all that matters, okay? You can do this on a repetitive basis here. Start looking for new opportunities regardless. All right, in this case, great job here. I'm going to keep a close eye on this one. If you start breaking, I might start closing down one of these trades right here because our goal is still to grow this account, to not get too greedy. But because we're at a very important swing point for gold, I also want to not be, you know, too cautious either. I'm trying to really find balance in between everything right now. But I'll definitely start taking some profits if we start breaking these lows right here. And most likely re-enter a new position as well for you guys. Very good. How's it going, guys? You guys taking care of yourself? Are you going to the gym? Are you doing some exercise? Are you going boxing as well or whatever? Right? Dancing for the women out here, whatever the case may be. You're taking care of yourself. It's the most important part. Okay. Want to keep our minds sharp. Want to keep our mind fresh all day, every day. Okay. That's the only way we can grow. And also get into the right mindset when trading because it's a fucking sport. It's a sport. Okay. This is top performance right here. All right. You need to be on your grind. You need to be sharp. You can't be lazy when trading. You can't be, that's gonna short gold. No. We need to be sharp. We need to be ready. And trust me, I've been there. I've been there. Okay, we start to come down a little bit. Let's see. Book map. Okay. So far so good. So far so good. Let me go to the 5 minutes real quick. Let's see what's happening on the 5. Okay, you're seeing some demand here. You are seeing some demand. See some buyers stepping in the right at 1871. Not convinced yet though. Not convinced that we're just gonna bounce from here. We will find out. We will find out after the open. Okay. What I found really beautiful about gold here is how we closed yesterday's candle. Usually when I see a good solid expansion to the upside, followed by a nice doji right here, very clean, followed by a pullback of the next candle, a little bit of a pullback, creating a nice bottom wicker and then pushing up further. Usually it's pretty bullish. It's pretty good. Okay, so be aware of that here. Unless we start breaking the 1860, then I start to become more bearish for gold for sure, because that means that we could then flip the previous day. We have that gap below, fill up the daily gap, come back down again. Okay, anything above? Let's see right now here. We're looking, if you're looking for some setups on the lower time frame, it's actually going to be on the 5 or 10 minute. Yeah. Yeah, so we are aware of this 30-minute rejection, okay? It is a strong rejection, of course. I get it, because we had, you know, a expansion where we went for these highs here. We're trying to take out these highs, and immediately we started to break down aggressively. So of course you're going to face some difficulties when you're coming back into that level. That's for sure. So what I want to see actually right now is that a 30-minute closure below this this line. So a body closure, okay? A body closure below the 1871. POC worked perfectly again. Yeah, also the POC as well. I was talking about the... thank you, Paolo. We'll get back to you shortly. Was talking about the you know, this era of supply right here, but at the same time, you guys know my favorite tool right here, right? You probably know my favorite tool by now. My favorite indicator, there's only one indicator I practically use. Or tool, I could better say. And that is the fixed range foreign profile. And if you look at this line, and you type in and you create a level right here. Okay, the point of control. Then, yeah, okay, I don't even have to explain it to you. I don't even have to talk about it. Perfection. Absolute perfection, okay? Volume is king. Especially with gold. Okay. Waiting for closure below 1971. That's it. For now. I'm always saying 1971. I have no idea why that is, but it's 1871. Yeah, thank you very much. Yesterday as well. Thank you. Are looking for sales if it breaks down? Yeah, if you see body closure below, yeah, I'm gonna be I'm gonna start potentially looking for a short-term pullback here. Sellers are stepping in. Where are the buyers? Where are the orders below? I don't see them. I see much more orders, you know, coming in right now at this particular moment. We do have some news though. We do have some news. If we start breaking down, then yeah, I should start thinking about closing some of these profits as well. A little bit more. Possible to grow an account to $10,000? Yeah, absolutely. From 1,000 to 10,000, yeah. With a certain strategy, I do believe so. It's all about risk management. So people tend to think it's super, you know, people tend to think that, okay, when I want to grow an account big, and this is the reason why I'm doing it. It's actually to prove you, to give you the perspective, let's put it this way. To explain you how you can actually grow an account without taking unnecessary crazy risk, full margin, all in, you know, also just with some really good risk management as well here. So that's actually the idea of it all, is to prove that it's possible in another way, where you can be a little bit more cautious. So you don't have to go all in on your position right here. Best way to grow a small account, high risk to reward trades. Different types of trades here. So high risk to reward is one. Scalability trading, that's also what I like to do here. It's number 2. So scaling into, but the point is with that, you need to be very aware of the higher time frame. Let's look at Prime indeed. Let's see what he has to offer right here. Let's see what he has. Yeah, the highs. We're talking about the highs here. Yeah. 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 So what I'm looking for is the following: a pullback. Draw out your scenario, my man. If you're listening, draw out your scenario. Let's see what he has. Let's see what he does. Big shout out to Prime. There we go. He's going for it. Boom. 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 Yes. Yes. $60, 1860. Okay. Pullback. Yeah. Okay, beautiful, bro. Yeah, thank you very much. Similar stuff right here. So indeed, I'm looking for a closure below the 1871. If you go here to the 50-minute, like we said before, we have been building up here some, a nice and very, very clean trend right here. Okay, so look how accurate. You might think, trend lines, I don't like it. I don't think it makes sense. Well, it definitely helps sometimes with understanding. If you want to just keep it very, very simple, we actually bounced from it perfectly here as well. And we broke out of that initial high. It's all about the combination of. So a trend line by itself is for me not enough. Need much more confluences than just the trend line. But what I do believe could happen is us pulling back, like we said before, to the 1865 and to see how we react right here. This is where a few key components come together. Okay, if you talk about the last swing low to swing high, we're talking about the 618. We're talking about this previous high right here. We're talking about a pullback scenario. It still could lead into further continuation up as well, right? Another one is indeed this one, coming back into this previous range, and from there on start coming up as well. I think that's a likely scenario. So for this particular reason, I do believe that we could potentially start coming down a little bit here, breaking down, see if we can come and catch that little quick short to the downside right here, to then potentially scale up our initial long position right there. That's my idea. So potentially pulling back and then looking for the continuation back to the upside right here. Okay. So if we want to trade, then today is the moment to look for potential short-term pullback scenarios, unless the news comes out and it directly shoots us up to the moon. Okay. It could be. We will find out very, very soon. We have the open in around 1.5 minutes. And then the news in around 30 minutes. Okay, so let's see what we can do from there. In regards to entry possibilities, we're We're gonna find out so in a second here. Let this closure be. Shout out to Prime FX. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Same bias. Very good. Lorenzo, should I trade with lot size $10 with lot size 0.01? It depends. But I think that's the minimum. So yesterday's trade was a win. Why is the scoreboard not updated? Thank you very much, bro. Shout out to you. Okay, 10 seconds for an hourly closure. Hourly closure done. Ooh, orders coming in directly. You see that? Boom, 8 orders coming in right away. Right away, market opens up. Boom, orders coming in. What's going on here? Let's have a little look. Ooh. Okay, 69, 44, 50, 66, 39, 10, -2. Okay. Let's wait for like 5 minutes, see where what will happen. It's usually at the beginning. Trendline works only when they are correlated with the higher time frame buys and OB for continuation. Yeah, so I do agree. I do think that the higher the time frame, the better it is for these trend lines, the much better it is. At the same time, if you combine this with serious highs and lows, horizontal support and resistance, or supply and demand, you can have a really, you have a really good and simple overview of what's happening. Combine that with the correlations, and then combine that with lower time frame, entries, scenarios, and so on and so on. And getting a better risk reward is always nice. But definitely don't neglect the macros. I definitely changed this up over the years as well. Trying to be aware of it much more. Still can get cut sometimes, you know. Still can get cut too much on the lower time frame. Okay. What's your opinion on the pound? Yeah, quickly, let's check out GU. Okay, we're actually holding up here. Okay, back up. Have a hard time coming down, but do take consideration that the news is coming, and we're starting to build serious sell side right now at the moment. This was just an aggressive swipe of the previous high, so that's done. Oei. Okay. Yeah, news coming in like what, 25 minutes? What are you eating? I'm eating watermelon, my friend. After training. Lorenzo, are we still bearish on the daily? For gold? I think we're flipping. I do believe we're flipping for many different reasons. Okay. We'll see, my man. Thank you for the sub. Shout out to you. Okay, explain how to use macros, ranges, expansions, retracement, continuation. Yeah, so yesterday we've seen that perfectly, right? That's why we took our trade yesterday. That's why we took this trade. I entered previously in this range. We're still in that range. Okay, all the way down here. But after that, we've seen another opportunity, right? We saw that consolidation, an expansion, a retracement, continuation. So think about this. You go from range to range to range to range to range. Especially gold. Gold tends to do the same thing over and over and over again. Consolidating, expanding, consolidating, expanding, consolidating, expanding, consolidating, expanding. Over and over and over again here. Okay? So take advantage of the ranges that are formed, because there is more information in these ranges than you think it is. We use volume profiles, we can use, you know, horizontal levels of support or resistance. You can use breaker blocks, supply and demand. I don't really care what strategy you use, as long as you have an understanding of the overall understanding of the flow of gold here. And that is consolidation, expansion, retracement, continuation, the manipulation, the continuation, and so on and so on. Okay? So there are a lot of different terms out there, a lot of different guys that trade differently, but the concept is always relatively similar right here. Okay? Okay. 3 minute broke out. Still holding up here. Still holding up. Still holding up quite strong here. Let's look at the dollar. Dollar is not really moving at the moment. Let's look at the 10-year yield. Okay. That's important. That's important. So let us close above. If we close this above right here, not going to be good for gold. It's not going to help gold here. So I'm leaning more towards a pullback for gold. Okay, for today at least, for this session at least. Pullback for gold, coming back to the 1865. Yeah. Especially if we're going to see this 10-year yield closing above here. Because if we don't, could change things up. That closure. That's why. That's why we needed to see that closure below. We have not seen any closures below yet. Okay. But you know, this high is super clean. It's super important. So we could easily, you know, come down, pull back, and continue up here. Same thing, come down, pull back into this range. Manipulate the lows, take people out here. Just trendline traders and so on and so on. And then move up here. Right, so a pullback is what I'm looking for. It's what we can do today. If the news comes out and you know, we just break the 1874 and we just break this high, I mean that would change everything. Okay, that would invalidate our bias, because that means that gold is on a crazy run, and that leads us right away towards the 1885. So, so far, still holding up to my potential short scenario here. Let's see if we can pull back. Lorenzo, could you please tell us about an exit strategy? Still struggling how to exit a trade. So it starts with understanding the macros, bro. So if you are in a trade and you are profitable, you're in a profit, and you're like, then just be aware of the macros. Like, what are the key macro components, key macro levels you're looking at on the daily, the 4 hour, the 8 hour, like the higher time frame, and see from there. Okay, because if you know the macro and you're entering on like lower time frames and stuff, you want to have the whole picture. You want to understand the whole picture, the whole overview. Right? So if you have an understanding of the daily, the 4 hour, the 8 hour, 12 hour, whatever, then it's great. Then it's fantastic, because then you know what you can look for on a higher time frame. So then you can plan your trade ahead when you're entering on the lower time frame. Okay, gives you more overview, and therefore if you are in a position, once again, you can then know more about, well, maybe I should take some profits right now. Maybe it's time to, keep my trade running. Maybe it's time to just close 75% of my position, leave 25% open, and so on and so on. $18.65 target. Sir, gold sell on 1865. Should I hold it? We could still come down, but if you don't, then you always think about both scenarios. Okay, both scenarios. So what happens if it doesn't? What would you do then? Lorenzo, do you think silver is good to invest? Yes. I'm super bullish on silver, but for now, I think you could still see some lower targets. Ooh, look at that. Okay, so important. We came up. Fantastic. We thought, okay, the treasuries are coming up here, but you see the correlation? You see it? If treasuries come down, what tends to happen is that tends to be good for gold. So we don't only have to focus on the dollar. What is the dollar doing? The dollar is not moving at all. The dollar index is not showing us anything. The 10-year yield is showing us a kind of a fake out scenario for now, where we came up, pushed down. What happens? Because of that, gold is tending to push up right here. So be aware of the negative correlation here. So if you analyze gold, also analyze the US government bond 10-year yield. The ticker symbol for it is US 10-year, US 10Y, and help you tremendously with making your decisions from there, because you then know also a little bit more about where the money is going to, where it's coming from, right? Tends to happen is that people tend to sell their government bonds at highs. They see, it's pretty logical, right? Just practically go to the daily on gold right now, okay? And let's put them both together. Like, look at this. Daily for gold, okay? Gold has been dropping tremendously over the last months. Crazy. Nobody expected it. Everyone expected new highs for gold and so on and so on. Okay? Gold dropped tremendously. All right? Around 12% over the last 6 months, which is crazy for gold. Okay? Now take this to the yield. The 10-year yield right here. Okay? This is what people tend to invest in a lot when they feel unsafe, uncertain in the market here. Now take this to the monthly. Okay? Look how high we have become. We're back at 2007 highs right here. And this is the first time where we're facing difficulties right now, tapping into this area of supply, rejecting, and potentially flipping bearish. Okay? Now, isn't it logical for an investor to say, okay, well, I see that the government bonds right now are at 4.9%. I think that's crazy high. I think that gold is oversold. So maybe I buy some gold and sell my bonds. I think that's something that we're seeing right now happening already. A little bit more further at these lows right here. Does that mean that gold will not come down? No, of course. I think that we could still look for potential shorts here. But being aware of the treasuries is definitely a definitely a good probability here. So if you see this closure, above, closure below. We're gonna take a short from gold. And I'm gonna enter probably below target the 1865 stop loss above the highs. Could be a news trade. Could be a news trade, yes. It could definitely be a news trade today. All right, let's see how we move here. We still need to break down. Pretty straightforward. Time to break down, fam. Omer Views just subscribed. Thank you, my bro. Keep it up, man. Welcome. All right, let's see if we can break. The lows here also in the 5-minute. Starting to slow down a little bit. You guys can see it right now. We're starting to slow down. Why would you be looking for sells in bearish trend? Okay. So we are actually in longs. Okay. We are in longs all the way down. Right here. For gold. But we do expect a little bit of a potential pullback scenario if you start breaking lows right here. Which is completely normal. Okay. It means that we come back to this high, which is also this zone. And I think that we could see something very nice where we actually come down, break, and then potentially start seeing looking for potential further continuation to the upside right here. Something like that would be perfect. Definitely something I'm interested in if that happens. And that's from there on. If we come down here, that's why I would definitely look for new positions right there, long positions on my trade. That means if you come back right here, then I would add on a new position. I keep scaling up my positions right here, while also taking some profits along the way. So yeah, we have 12 more minutes for the news. We're breaking out aggressively. Okay, so this is good. This is very good. Let's forget about the dollar for now. Dollar is doing nothing. So let's focus on the 10-year yield. Makes more sense right here. 1865. $30-minute also, keep in mind this high is super important right here. We do have buy side here, okay? We do have important highs as well to not be, to not neglect. It's again a risky trade. It's a news trade right here. But yeah, we have everything under control here. Let's see if it can come down. Lorenzo, are you flipping that account? Yeah. So of course, yeah, I want to prove people that it's possible to do it in a responsible way. That's all I do. Okay, so I want to prove to you that you can grow an account in a responsible manner without taking crazy risks, flipping a crazy lot size, ruining your account in one trade, and so on and so on. There are a lot of other ways where you can do it. Ten minutes for news, fam. Holding on support. Holding on support, that's crazy. Breaking support, that's even better. Okay. Low time frame. Right there, perfect. Patience. Will the New York boys manipulate? Who knows? Let's see. No closure, right? So it's all about the closure. Ooh, 8 minutes left. It's getting messy. It's getting volatile. So we don't have to rush it yet. Marcin says, I just passed the funded challenge and now I can get my funded account because apparently one of the biggest prop firms in industry is a scam. Ooh. Closures. 6 minutes for news. Yeah, if you break down short, we already see like something. We already have seen the manipulation here. So just place a. So just have some fun. Shall we just have some fun? Stop below. And the reason why is because we're pushing up already now, right? And the news is in like 5 minutes. It's like a little one-to-one right here. So I'll stop below or something like that. Might kind of risk it a little, just have some fun today. Yeah, yield's looking strong. Dollar is holding up nicely. Has been pushing down already aggressively over the last couple of days right here. Hey! One or two in the chat. Hmm, 4 minutes. I might have some fun, guys, a little bit. Keep in mind it's risky trading. It's news, anything can happen. Okay. I keep my lungs open on this one for a fact. Because even if we come back to 1965, I'm potentially would be adding on to my position here. So this account flipping from $1,000 to $10,000 is still intact. This one though, $1,000. Risk to make. I think that's what matters a lot right here. Could be good. Could be interesting. Treasury yields are coming up aggressively. If news in like what, 5 minutes? Like 2 minutes already? It's a risky one, guys. Do take that in consideration. It's a riskier trade. So be aware of that. Be aware of the fact that this is the case. But at the same time, it is kind of it's kind of fun as well here. Yeah. Okay. I might be looking at potential short here. Just see where this one takes us right now. Anything can happen. So this is what I'm gonna do. Anything can happen though. Risky your trade for my other account, the account that we're gonna flip. We will be holding our lunch right here, right now. Okay. Boom. Stop loss break even. Break even. Too bad. Break even. Aggressive buyers coming in. I didn't want to flip and take the risk here. Either we came down, and you know, I enjoyed my my money, or I break even. Okay. Well, let's see how this plays out though. Okay. We indeed came down. If you do come back to the 1965, I want to look for buys on my old account here. And the only reason I'm looking for buys, guys, is not because I want you to take the same thing. It's because of the fact that we are already in buys from 1852 onwards. And we can just scale up our position right here if that's the case, okay? So that's the only reason. But I'm out. I'm out of break even here. Crazy stuff though. Crazy stuff. Just because if you see that aggressive flip, you know, at the beginning, you come down and you aggressively get bought up here. And you know, we have seen it so many times, right? Let's be honest. You come down, you flip bullish, and you continue up. So you're in profits, you flip bullish, you continue up. It's like, you know, it's news trading. It's news trading. Okay? That's what it is. It happened quick, huh? What did you guys do? Let me know. Make sure you smash up that like button right now for entertainment purposes only. Okay? If this is not entertainment, then I don't know what is in trading. So smash up that like button here. I almost sacrificed $1,000 for you guys right here, right now, just to have some fun. So, nah, it's not true. We're looking at some confluences as well here and there, but let's see. Okay, it's all about what's happening now. Okay, what's our closure gonna be? But because we have now no more news coming until like 2 p.m. for the new, you know, US time. Nothing really to worry about anymore. Tomorrow we have the CPI, which is super important, of course. Initial jobless claims. So, I mean, yeah, let's see how gold evolves right now, right here. Okay, that's it. We're still below our entry, but no, I'm out. I'm out. I got some pips W. Okay. Well, if you come to the 1865, wow, we're still coming down, eh? Okay, 1865, which is actually right here. This particular high right there, that's the high I'm looking at. Okay. This is where I want to see a bounce. So if you are in a trade, maybe a quick scalp is interesting right now, like you said before. But we have also this range, and like we said before, right? It's always in gold. Same thing. Same thing happens over and over and over again. Consolidation in the range, expansion. Consolidation, expansion. Consolidation, expansion, consolidation, expansion. What tends to happen is that you come back to previous ranges. So the 1865 is just one level, but there's a whole other range which is like right below here. And this is where I would love to add on to my position, which is roughly around the 1861, 1862, something like that right here. But let it play out a little bit and see where it takes us right here. You place the cells have no slippage. No, that's pretty decent. All right. Yeah. There we go. Therefore, okay. That's why I closed my position. Book map. Massive gap news right in the middle. You guys can see it right here. Orders are starting to come in again. Okay, so we're heading towards the next phase right now. All right, I think this is quite important. Coming in, orders are starting to come in here. You can see it already happening right now at this particular moment. You see that we're starting to push up. Very nice. Holding up here. Here, you're still around an entry. If I was still in this position, I would probably close it. If I would still be in. Okay? That's what I would do. Yields came up aggressively. To confirm it one more time for you right now, if the yields come up, gold is gonna come down. If gold is gonna come up, yields are gonna come down. You see it right now happening here. So the correlation is no longer right now at the moment the dollar. Forget about the dollar index. Focus on the 10-year yield and on gold. Okay? So if you want to analyze gold, also analyze this chart as well, because it gives you an extra confidence. All right? I think this is what matters the most right now. For now, we really want to wait here a little bit for it to settle out. And from there on, we look for new opportunities. Boom. 1865 potentially. Let's see. Okay, let's see if we have our favorite guy in the building here, Thomas. Let's see where he is. Thomas, bro. Okay. Was fun. Alright, was fun. But for now, let's focus on the book map a little bit more. Because now this is the moment where you're going to see these orders are coming in. And it's important for you to see what's actually happening here, right? So our buy orders getting displayed could be sell stops as well. Don't get me wrong. Orders are also, you know, sell stops, buy limits, you name it. But where is the volume coming in? Right, that's what we want to try to figure out here. This particular moment, gold is holding up much better than I anticipated. But overall, regardless, it does not matter. We're still at entry here. Kindly, I entered to sell with you, but I wasn't able to break even. How did you do it? Did you close immediately? I only made $2. Well, if you made $2, bro, you broke even, right? So you did the right thing. You did the right thing. Are you looking for another sell entry? Wait for the next. I'm gonna wait for the next. The next closure. At least the 15-minute. So that's like that's 45. So like 6 more minutes from now. Okay. Do you use trading alerts? Do they really work? Will they alert you crossover, break, support, and resistance? Yes, we use trading alerts all the time right here. It is it's super important right there. Yeah. But Binka says he's in a sell. Well, go a little bit back. So we were in a position. Our sell stop got activated. I closed it on break even due to the news, and yeah, waiting for further response. At first I was like, boom, jackpot. Right to the 1865, but no. Is it still likely? It's still a potential scenario? It's definitely still a potential scenario, but for now, buyers are stepping in here. I don't think these are sell stops. These are buy orders. So, not convinced. Not convinced. Not convinced yet. Right here. Okay. Yeah, so we are literally waiting for some closures before we potentially look for a new setup right here. I think that makes sense. Let it be for now. Let's see what we have here. Okay. There we go. Yield coming up aggressively. Pulling back again. Gold, not weak, not strong. Still around, helping around our initial entry right here. But you can see on the book map, buyers are stepping in here. This is all pushing price further up. You see it? Okay, I'm trying to teach you some stuff about the book map if you haven't looked at it yet before. I know some of you guys are very advanced. But this is what's happening right now at this particular moment. Is that buyers are pushing price up here. So if you have the opportunity to break even, I would just potentially close your position on break even like I did, and wait for a further reaction here. But it's up to you. I don't want to influence you too much. It's completely up to you. Because maybe you have a strategy, you just want to let your trades run. It's completely up to you. Okay, what's important to mention though, is like we talked about before, the dollar. Dollar at least spiked above here. Okay, so we had that resistance. We talked about this one right here. If the dollar cannot break above, then this is good for Euro USD. This is good for GU. This is all bullish for these type of currencies right here. So you see that we swiped and we actually aggressively pushed down. This is good for Euro USD, for example. So let's go to the Euro USD for 1 second. See what's happening on that front. Ooh. Yeah, look at that. Okay. So pullback. Tapped into that zone, 5 minute. All the buys that is above here. Major resistance there. Now we need to wait for breakout above the 106.174. High. High. Yes, we can be bullish here. If you wanted to look for an entry, it would have been right there. Okay. But now it's all about the break above here. Not a single body closure here. So There we go. On the hour, not even on the 1 hour. Okay. So any closure above here is more interesting for EURUSD. Crazy stuff. Oil is interesting. Oil is actually coming into that gap. Look on the 15-minute. Gold is starting to make a move to the upside. Okay. Still strong. Still very, very strong so far, based upon what we're seeing here. Close to 50 minutes right now. Is gold just gonna go for another move, another run? Was this all we needed to just come back and then flip and continue up here? It would not surprise me right now. Let's see. We're gonna get Thomas involved in a second here. He's gonna talk about the EURUSD. So you guys have another update right there in regards to you know, more perspective, talk about perspective here. EURUSD took London lows, now reversing. Yeah, so EURUSD looks solid, but you are at 4-hour resistance. Okay, you see that right here. Support, resistance right now. Very important level to look at. If you break it, then look at that continuation. I'm not worried about this range. This is where you want to look at, right? That gap above right here. This is a nice target for the euro, and the dollar is still proven to be weak. It's still proven to itself to be weak here. It's a very bearish sign when, first of all, the dollar came up, pushed up, and then aggressively get pushed down right here. Especially if you close this candle bearish. Very, very bad for the dollar. Very good for the euro. Okay? So if you start breaking out and you start flipping this, continuation potential. So if I'm looking for entries, might look for a breakout, hold it, go for the highs and so on. Or lower time frame, start looking for entries on the lower time frame. Looking for bullish continuation for the USD. Gold right now will probably be ranging a little bit here. That's what I think. I think we're going to range like we have done many times before over. Okay, ranging until we have enough to expand whatever direction. We will find out then. And that's going to be a new trade for gold. Wildfire says swinging 5 oil orders sell at 84.7. Okay. It's actually kind of unfortunate, guys, that gold didn't came down to the 1865, because I would have definitely bought a new. I would definitely place a new long right there. That's for sure. And then the short would have been also completed. But as far as what I see now, we had a nice swipe, had a nice reaction, and you know, we're ready to go here. So let's see where Thomas is at. The magician.
Yes, yes. Good morning.
Hey, what's happening? New camera or something like that?
No. Same camera. But
okay, put your mic a little bit closer.
What?
Your
no, it's higher up now.
Your microphone.
Oh, is it better?
Much better. Yes. Welcome to the stream.
Okay. Yes. Wait, let me see.
Thomas, quickly. EURUSD analysis. Can you do that? You have everything set up?
Give me 1 second. Yes,
okay.
Yes. 100%.
Amazing. In the meantime, we're still looking at gold. Have you seen what we did before? We took a short.
Yeah, I saw it.
We flipped.
100%.
Broke the break even on this one. But I think that the euro US dollar is setting up very nicely, to be honest, right now.
Yeah, I'm looking at it as well, actually. Do you want me to share my screen?
Do it. Yes, sir.
Alright, let me share my screen for you. Do you see it?
Yes. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Alright, amazing. So what we're looking at right now for today is that we started off with a really big consolidation, putting in actually the body of the day, and right now we put in the bottom wick of the day. At least that's what I'm anticipating that's happening. We came all the way down, mitigated a gap to the downside, came probably into a lower time frame order block. Yes, so we came into a lower time frame order block right now, took out all the liquidity to the downside. We see as well, if we're looking into DXY, that we came back all the way to the last New York open price on the hourly. So as you can see, this is the New York open candle. We came all the way back. It's pretty obvious, New York to New York, right? As we all know, they came back and now we have liquidity resting to the downside. So I see a lot of potential for DXY to continue down. Right now we are struggling a little bit with breaking all the opening prices because of this big consolidation on the Euro USD. But the moment we manage to break through, close above, I do see a lot of potential for continuation up to look for these highs to be purged out as the drawn liquidity for the New York session.
Okay, so in regards to entry possibilities right here, let's imagine us coming up right now. Okay, breaking highs.
Yeah.
What would you look at?
So what I would look for, especially right now, like we have an hourly closure coming in 8 minutes from now. I would like to see them close above this high to start with. Then I would like to have a continuation break on the 15, a good closure. The first actual leg to the downside, we'll look for an entry, and then when the flip happens, I'm looking for the continuation to the upside.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, so we are already above right now. So you're just waiting for the closure in 8 minutes. And in case then we pull back, we might be looking for entries right there. Is that what you're looking at?
100%.
All right. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Yes, we have a 4-hour resistance right there as well that I'm looking at. And we're, if you break that and you close above it, man, I think there is definitely some upside potential. Dollar is looking very weak. Very weak. So moment of truth for sure. All right. Well, amazing, man. Thank you, Thomas. Time to get you on board. Bro. See how we can add you in. As always, let's have a look here. And like I said, I think that gold is going to range from now a little bit until we will probably see the there we go. Until we probably will see the actual New York Open or New York Stock Exchange Open in like 30 minutes from now. This is what I think could happen for some new volume to come in. So in case something is happening on the euro, then this could be the moment for the Euro USD rather than the actual gold chart for now, at least. Okay. So let's keep a close eye on it, Thomas. Let's see how we can take advantage of the dollar coming down right now, because the dollar is absolutely getting rejected. You see it clearly. We wicked above it, and the moment you close this, like how bearish do you want it to happen right here? You have that daily level, okay? Like we said before, the daily is that matters the most. If you look here on the daily, you see it already that the daily candle on the dollar is starting to flip below resistance. All right, that's the most important part. Below resistance right here. And the interesting part about it is that you actually came up to just liquidate, to just come up, fake out practically towards the upside to then reverse and flip, which could definitely lead to further continuation and should only be seen as bullish for the USD. So the question is though, where are we going to look for entries? And I think this is what matters the most right now. So on what time frame are you looking at?
Currently I'm still on the 15, but I'm waiting for this hourly closure to come in. It's also 4-hour closure, so I'm waiting for this closure. And then I want to see a flip to the downside going down. It would be the best without a top wick. If they then flip bullish, looking for an entry, of course. And then the big question is, where do you want to place your stop? So you're looking for levels that are already been mitigated. and that had a major push, so you could look around 106.036 for a stop loss, or one lower than that. That could be an option.
Okay.
Currently, we actually swiped out to equal highs as well, so we need to really see them keep pushing and close bullish to the upside.
Perfectos, all right?
Perfectos.
Perfectos. Dollar looking bearish. Fake out. There we go. Okay. So guys, for now, like we said before, gold is going to come into a range. So if you just tuned in, okay, we took a short, we broke even on it during the news. Kind of a like an entertaining short, I could say. We came down, but eventually came up. No need to risk it when you see a flip like that or demand coming in, because you see it a lot happening where you come down and then immediately flip and continue bullish. So we didn't want to take that risk. On our challenge account from $1,000 to $10,000, we are still in a long. All the way down from this initial range below at 1852 on average. And we're trying to scale up our positions into gold into a bigger position right here. That's my goal. So I'm trying to wait for pullbacks, looking for another positions. If I do get stopped out because of news or something crazy happens, or we're gonna see this gap fill below, which could happen. Not saying it will not happen here. It's all about the probability. I'm just gonna wait for the pullback. And I'm going to look for re-entries. Okay, that's it. I'm going to just do the same thing exactly over again. And the reason why is because I'm extremely bullish on gold in the medium long term. I think there are many reasons why. Fundamental reasons right now at the moment. Geopolitical, the government bonds are topping out. The dollar is getting weaker. The commodity season has started in general. All of these different things, matter right now a lot, in my opinion. And besides that, from a technical standpoint on the daily, we have been coming down aggressively over the last couple of weeks. Very aggressively until the NFP. The NFP usually gives you that pivot. Okay, we have seen it many times before based on previous data. That the NFP is that turn moment for gold. I've seen it many times before happening right now. So that's my plan for gold. To scale myself into positions. Secure myself along the way. Maybe take some profits along the way. But most importantly, if we come down and we close our positions, we will re-enter later on. Because I do think this is the moment to start looking for these kind of medium swing trades right now. Because of the potential here.
Alright, looking at the closure in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Looking really good.
Yeah. Dollar, same thing. Looking not so good. Okay, so we couldn't break it. Failed to break it. Getting rejected. What's the next step for the dollar if you do come down or do decide to come down? Well, if you look on the 4 hour, look how clear it is. Okay, one more time. You have this high right here. Broke that, closed below it, came back into it. And then on the 4 hour, clearly now seeing a 4 hour reversal right here. It's not really looking that fantastic right now. I'm looking more or less towards this range right here. So we're talking about the 105.4. 105.4. It's right here. Around this zone, around this zone. I want to see it coming back down here. This should be good for the EURUSD. This should be bullish for the euro. So closure in a minute. Yaheem says chance to enter gold buys. So the problem with gold right now is that if you're looking for buys here, you're entering right at resistance. You're entering right at an important high. And the reason why that could be an issue is because what if you get rejected again and you come back down regardless eventually, right? You start turning government bonds start pumping and we start coming down right here. That's why I think that safer buys would be much better to buy it at lows than highs. So that's why I would have bought around here. I would have bought around 1865, which is the previous high, which also aligns perfectly with that trend that we have been building. You know, and then I would place my stop loss probably somewhat below this range, or wait for a confirmation to put it a bit tighter. But for now, you're entering right now. If you want to enter a buy right here, you want to enter a buy at the highs, at, you know, right into resistance. And that's why I'm always a little bit careful there. So either it breaks, pulls back, look for continuation, or it pulls back and we're looking for a closure above the previous high, and then maybe look for continuation. So it depends. It depends. But I hope that makes sense. EURUSD, bro. EURUSD closed above. What are you looking at?
Yeah, looking at a push to the downside right now to see a continuation push to the upside. I think that's one of the best things we could look for currently.
Yeah. Okay. In case it doesn't come down, bro, what will be the next step for you?
Okay. Sorry, my mother came into my room. I had to answer her for a second.
Shout out to your mom.
Yeah, shout out to my mother. Now, in case they don't actually come down, I wouldn't personally buy into this now. Of course, you first want to see them give some more healthy price action, maybe create some liquidity, some more candles to then have a push continuation down to gain more orders, right? They're going to get more orders and then we can have the continuation push. So for now, I'm just waiting for more price action, maybe drop to a little bit of a lower time frame, wait for some liquidity build, have a push to the downside, and then look for that continuation.
Yeah, I agree. The reason why is because we have not even broken out of that zone, that initial resistance that we have here. And you see already that we're getting pushed down right now. So unless we break out of 106.175 and we close above it, I am indeed waiting, like you said, for more of a pullback. I think that's more the healthy scenario as well. Filling up that gap imbalance and see from there.
Totally agree. 100% agree. Bro, something like today, looking into the V3, everyone is winning. It's so beautiful to see, actually. Big shout out to Anna. If you're looking in the V3 chat, big shout out to Anna. She made 1200 today, 8% on her pre-challenge. Keep it up, Anna. And another shout out to Plug, one of our facilitators. He bought euro at the bottom. Actually, during the manipulation, he bought it at the bottom. Big shout out to you, bro. Keep up your good work. And then FX Trader, I don't know what to say. My man is just making insane amount of profits every day over and over again. So again, brother, big shout out to you as well. Troy, I don't know if you're here, man, but big shout out to you. And it's crazy. It actually is crazy.
Love it. Amazing. I also have to give a big shout out to Gigi, by the way, for her trades about the Euro cut and everything that she's doing. And Abi Kush, Gratis Blaze. Tons of setups, man. Every single day. Abi Kush is also absolutely a diehard, hey? He doesn't stop, this guy.
He's killing it. He's killing it.
He doesn't stop.
Massive shout out to everyone in the elite, 100%.
Okay. I would not look for longs until it breaks. Yeah, I think that we have indeed, you have a very good point here. So, Corrado says, I wouldn't be looking right now at EU longs until we break the 4-hour demand on the dollar. So, yeah, I do think that this low is still there. We still are trying to break through it. So this fake out was great, but now we need to see actual continuation here. Actually pushing us further down towards this next level, which is at 105.4. Okay, so yeah, we need to start breaking that, and I think if that happens, then you will see euro breaking the highs, and then look for continuation from there. So I actually agree. I actually agree with you. We have 30 more minutes for 25 more minutes for the New York Stock Exchange to open up here, and new volume will enter the market, and you know, same thing for gold. You probably will see the same thing right here. In case you want to look at gold, a lot of buyers are stepping in for gold right now. Sell orders are getting removed, but you are buying into resistance, so do be aware of that. Lorenzo, what about GJ? Yeah, we have not even talked about GJ, I guess. I think that this is something that we definitely need to look at. In the meantime, let me quickly thank you guys for the 45,000 subscribers. Perfect, on the dot right here. Thank you for all the love and support here. I think we started with what, like already, we gained already like 300? That's insane. That's crazy, man. That's really crazy. Okay, makes sense though. Makes sense. Momentum is here. Keep it up, fam. And let's smash up that like button. Hit the notification bell if you're new. We're here every single day. Well, not every single day, but we're here during the week. 7 a.m. EST sharp. Tomorrow, 7 a.m. EST sharp. Our first trade we took today was a quick news trade. And now we're waiting for the New York Stock Exchange to open up here, showing us a little bit more momentum, a little bit more volume. And the dollar is seemingly looking very bearish right now at the moment. So this is good for euro, US dollar. This is good for gold. Now I promised to look at GJ for a second as well. So let me follow my word here. All right, let's quickly have a look at GJ. Alright, strong rejection, looking very, very weak. The EM basket. What a surprise. They're trying to do something about it. It's not working here. The only thing that I'm looking at and like taking very serious is this area of the month right now. Because we still had that massive expansion, right? So we had that breakdown, massive aggressive move up. Now we retrace back towards the lows that caused that spike. So you don't want to short, you don't want to long GJ right into this happening on the EM basket. So we might be coming up a little bit more, but I think GJ is going to face some serious resistance soon. And I've not even looked at the chart yet, but I think this is what's going to happen when looking at GJ right now, is that we're coming into an aggressive zone where we're going to face some serious resistance. And I think that we are almost reaching that level. We're talking about at this range right here. Always trying to think in ranges, okay? And see what is actually happening on that front right now. Let me look at a couple more levels. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So this is the one. 183.547. Wait for a reaction in that range right here. Go back to the lower time frame. Wait for the reaction on the Japanese yen basket. Wait for the reversal, and then potentially look at a potential short scenario here. I do think that's possible, and the reason why is because of the yen basket itself. I think that we could see something like this happening, and then target the lows, take out some of that lows, the lows that we have been building up here, coming back towards previous range, taking out these lows right here, targeting that low, entering on a breakdown. And the reason why is because of the EM basket right here. I do not want to neglect at all that particular low we have created and that expansion we have created when that intervention came. We had that intervention from the Japanese yen, the Bank of Japan coming out, where they said they're going to produce something to protect the yen, to make the yen stronger. Well, that didn't really work for now, because it came up, immediately came down again, but maybe this is the low where we're going to hold now, okay? Because we have created important levels. So I'm no longer interested in longs for GJ. The only thing I'm interested in is waiting to see how we react in here. So we might be looking for shorts when that rejection comes out right there. What's going on gold? I think you just tuned in, so welcome, my man. Couple things about gold here, like we said before. If you want to look for longs right now, you're entering right at resistance, so it's definitely something I like to avoid. Okay, we are now here. I think we're gonna start ranging until the New York Stock Exchange open, and from there on, we will look for new opportunities. We entered the sell before, and we closed it on break even during the news. Crazy move. And we are still in a long from our challenge account right now. I'm actually looking to scale up and entering more and more positions. The question is, I don't want to enter on highs, I want to enter on lows. That's the only reason why I'm looking for longs, is because I want to enter at pullbacks. All right, that's all that matters for me right now. Waiting for a deeper pullback, look for new entries right here. But for now, I would say longing here, risky. Shorting here, interesting, but waiting for that confirmation. EURUSD is definitely the most interesting for now, until gold is starting to move a bit again.
Yeah, I find DXY really interesting at the moment. I'm still looking for that continuation push down. Currently, they're not really making a decision. So still waiting for that. See what they're gonna do at this level.
Yeah, perfect. Steven says, you guys are great. Glad I found this channel. Much love from New York. Shout out to the Big Apple. Awesome, my man. Marshall Bain says, Lorenzo, Thomas, do you trade dollar yen? I've noticed a lot of people from Limitless don't trade dollar yen, but it's one of the easiest and a lot of money.
Well, personally, I don't trade the dollar yen because I'm fully aware with what happens when I'm trading euro. I will definitely look into it though. Thank you for letting me know. I will definitely look into it. I'm trying to expand more as well. Yeah,
I agree. I think that the dollar yen is interesting if you do things. If you start to get familiar with the yen pairs, especially the dollar yen, then you can get more worth for your money. That's for sure. Same thing for gold. Same thing for silver and the indices as well, like the Nasdaq and the Dow Jones. The EURUSD, it gives you a little bit less. However, if you're from yourself super familiar with a pair, like you are, Thomas, with EU, then it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Lorenzo, what about binary trading? I'm not really into that stuff, to be honest. I've traded options before. I've traded futures before. Still trading a lot of futures on crypto, of course. But no, not a big fan. Are you guys looking for longs in EU? Yeah, we're looking for longs in EU. And gold is moving a little bit. Let's see what's happening here. Okay. Back to the yield. Still holding support here. Okay. In resistance, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Flipped and took out the highs right now. Manipulated the previous highs as well. What it did was the following. Okay. We now manipulated the London highs. So we took out the London highs. And immediately we were seeing a reaction to the downside. Yeah, same level. Same level. Still waiting for that closure. If in case you want to look for continuation now towards the downside, I am still looking for a closure below the 1871. Okay, 1865 is still the target I'm looking at. This is where we're going to place new buy orders for this one. Or at least one order. 1865, potentially 1862. But a pullback from 1871 to 1865 is still roughly 50 pips right there. Alright, so keep a close eye on it, man. Euro USD, same thing.
Still interesting, 100% looking at it.
Yeah.
Right now we're 20 minutes into our new hourly candle open. So it's looking really good. I still need to see them continue this push to the upside on the euro.
Yeah, I like how we're holding up here with the government bonds right now on the hourly. Yeah. Okay, tell us, be right back, brother.
Alright, bro. See you in a bit.
Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep a close eye on euro, gold. I'll be back in a second. Get my tea ready.
See you in a bit. Alright, bros. See you in a bit. As Rafael says, drop a like in the chat, everyone. Anything 15-minute time frame on the Euro USD. Yeah, still looking at the same scenario. So right now it's already good. We pull back into the range. And if we manage to break the high, close above, come back, then a continuation up. That would be the best scenario. We need to see some healthy price action first before making any decision, because currently the market did not show its hand yet. It's really important to wait for it to show its hand so you know you're on the stronger side. So that's what we're waiting for right now. Dutch, yeah, 100%. We're both from the Netherlands, me and Lorenzo. Lorenzo lives in Bali though. He doesn't live in the Netherlands, but I am from the Netherlands personally. Hey Gordy, hope you're doing good. Can I buy or sell now? You can do everything you want, my friend. I wouldn't suggest to buy or sell at the moment though, but you can do whatever you want to do. We're still waiting for the confirmations. EU took London lows, GU took London highs. Not very correlated at the moment. No, they have a divergence. They have a divergence. I'm looking at it on the other screen as well. Why don't you move to Bali? Well, that's definitely the plan. I can tell you that right now. Let's play Crash Your Hell. Yeah, 100%. Chiep, you know how it is, bro. You know how it is. Show us your setup. I mean PC. It's pretty hard for me because my webcam is right there. And my PC is on the other side. Your mom might be sad though. Yeah, that's definitely, you know? I do think that is definitely the case. How long did it take you to become profitable? 2.5 years. Do you use ICT? Yeah, I do use ICT. Take her with you. She will love it. Nah, she won't. I'm telling you right now, my mother, she would visit me on vacation, but she doesn't want to live there. My mother likes to live here in the Netherlands. She enjoys that. I already told her, but she really doesn't want to. How did you learn all that stuff? Lorenzo, brother. Lorenzo's my mentor. Of course, I put some time in myself. But because I had really specific questions, Lorenzo could really help me out with everything. So that's one of the most important things if you want to succeed with having a mentor, guys, is to make sure you have specific questions to ask so he can actually help you out. Did you lose a lot before you got profitable? I mean, what is a lot of money, you know? I don't see it really as losing money. I see it more as an investment into yeah, you know, like creating a skill. By the way, if you guys wonder why I'm looking at the right, the chat is on the right. Okay, so I have one screen in front of me and one screen on the side. We see that price indeed pushing up currently on the 15, so it's looking really good. I use SMC. What do you think? Is it good enough for me, or should I change the strategy? So SMC is really, it's a really good strategy. But then again, it is good for, like, for me, it could be good for you. It could be a little bit worse because SMC has a bigger psychology, right? You need to remind yourself when you're trying to get bigger R trades, the chance of you losing a couple of times back to back is higher, you know? So you also have different strategies with a higher win rate, but less big RR. Hey Thomas, finally not looking like a vampire. Yeah, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. I still need, I need a light from front. Now I have one from the top, but I need one that comes from the front. We're working on it, we're working on it. What are your targets for EU? 280. What's your #1 best strategy? LTA concepts. I would say LTA concept. Is it wise to start trading without a university degree in finance? Well, I'm not gonna give you any advice if it's like financial advice, but you will not learn anything about trading in university. you know, so so the degree is not gonna make a big difference for you. Is SMC similar to ICT? SMC is the a little bit smaller version of ICT. ICT is a little bit different. When you start learning, the L becomes silence. 100%. You start earning money. What do you think about price action? You mean price action trading? I'm sorry, just because you said it 5 times, I can't read it. I don't know why, but I can't read it because you said it 5 times. I have no clue what you said. After the first time you said it, I was like, wait, what? Have you watched Lord of the Rings yet? No, I haven't. I have not watched Lord of the Rings yet. I'm not planning on doing it, Finbar. Anytime soon. Maybe when I'm in Bali, I will watch it someday, you know? But currently I'm not planning on doing it.
Okay, what's good?
What's good?
Anything? Nothing yet. No, okay. Still consolidating.
No.
All right, 5 minutes till the New York Stock Exchange opens up here. So we definitely want to wait for that to see some volume coming in general. Euro is starting to now really break out at this particular moment. Potentially going to see the first closure here. So Euro is looking good, man. Euro is starting to look very nice. The dollar is probably starting to look not that nice. It's actually starting to break the exact lows we're looking for, right? So this all looks looks good. Let's see where we close with the euro. Number 1. And then gold. Yeah, gold. Let's keep a close eye on this. Because gold is now not really that correlated to the dollar at this particular moment. Usually we always look at the dollar index and gold. Right now I think it's about the government bonds that we need to look at more than the dollar here. This will help us tremendously. So we're still breaking. We're still above that initial resistance. We turned resistance in support. So this is not going to be good for gold unless we start breaking down again. Two minutes left. Let's see how it goes here.
Benjamin says, LTA, you mean low time traffic areas? No, I'm talking about Limitless Trading Academy concepts. So those are the LTA concepts that we, like me and Lorenzo, are actually working on at the moment. And if you want to know more, make sure to subscribe to the Limitless Trading Academy channel. Because there's where all the content will be uploaded.
Yes, 2 more minutes or 1 more minute left here. Let's see. Farm is gonna increase. Let's see what happens right in the book map. Let's look at the book map while we're seeing the open here. Simply looking at orders coming in right here. You will probably see it right away. Okay, there we go. There we go. Massive order, sell. Right at the highs right here. Where are the buy orders? Not there. Sell stops. Not there. What is your outlook on the war on gold? Yeah, so it's very unfortunate, but it's pretty. It could be very bullish. Yeah, so it was crazy. Our sell, eventually we entered a sell here for all the members that are just coming in during the news, just before the news. We swiped down, we're in good profits, but immediately got bought back up. So we never reached our 1865 target, which we were looking for initially. So for that particular reason, you know, we closed it. We're now back in the range. So the question will be now, what is the next step for gold? Government bonds are still remaining relatively decent. So, I mean, we're quite neutral on it for now, but at least we broke out of that resistance. We're now testing at support. We closed multiple candles above, which is good. The goal will be still to take gold down towards the 1865, wait for a bounce, look for further continuation to the upside. Still the same bias for now. Very bullish in gold, but I'm not going to buy gold right at resistance. Right at 1874 resistance here. Overall, gold has been doing really well, but you know, either a bounce and then look for further continuation would be the absolute ideal scenario. It is important to mention that we swiped the London highs. Okay. Anyways, why do you think gold's going up? I'm overall quite bullish on gold right now, in general, because we came down already tremendously. Like, there are so many fundamental reasons for it now. The seasonality of it, the situation in the world, the lows that we have been creating already. We came back all the way. Don't forget, we came from 1950 just 2 weeks ago all the way back to 1800. That was a really aggressive move, aggressive sell-off to the downside, where a lot of people were extremely bullish. Around 1,340 pips down. And immediate, right now, recovery, of course. Because, and this is my biggest confidence right now from a technical standpoint, is that if the treasuries are coming up and reaching monthly highs, getting rejected at these highs right here, then this is bullish for gold. All right, because people are like, I'm not going to buy here Why would I buy here if I can just buy gold at the lows right now? It's the same. It's the same reason for an initial reason why people would buy the treasuries here. Why people would buy these government bonds from the US Treasury, because it gives them a 4.9% interest rate or interest on their investment, right? Fixed interest, which is actually great. It's fantastic for people because it's an easy way to secure yourself. If you can just put your money in it, let the money work for you here. Okay. Keep in mind, it came from 0.3% in 2020. Okay. So that's a serious difference in between where it came from, where it is right now. So if this is up and gold is down, people tend to do is they tend to sell off their government bonds and put it back into gold at the lows. And I think these lows were right here at the NFP. The NFP is always a good indication. I've seen it many times before where NFPs are either creating highs or lows. And we've seen that flip as well. Now, does it mean that we're going to just go up from here and we're going to just see a major run for gold from here from now? We don't know. We never know. Right? We still have that gap, that opening gap here. It could easily be that we come back down and then continue towards the opening and then continue or create like a double bottom formation and then continue up eventually on the higher time frame, which is then completely fine because then I'm just going to look for new entries again, scale up, look for new entries and start entering once again because I am extremely bullish for the next couple of months on gold in general. So yeah, it's all about perspective. And about what's currently happening at this particular moment, I do think that 1865 is definitely a reasonable target here. Are you swing trader, scalper? I'm both. Swing trader, scalper, news trader. Okay. Do you think it could drop below 1865 to cover the gap? It could. It could. But yeah, I'm personally more interested in looking to scale up until I get proven otherwise here. Okay. Because we're so deep in already for gold with our challenge account that if we want to buy at 1865, it's actually a good buy because then our average order will be roughly at 1857. If you start coming down towards that range, you start breaking that range. Yeah, okay, you break even, but then you will probably come down lower. Fill up that gap completely and see from there. So yeah. Ooh, look at that.
Selling off. Looking really interesting.
Yeah, it's about the closure though. Keep in mind, it's always the New York Stock Exchange, right? So it opens up, and then it makes an aggressive move, and we will see here. What is your workout split? My workout split is purely boxing right now. I'm no longer training or fitnessing at this particular moment, going to the gym. So I'm just hitting the bags, hitting the pads and sparring. Do you trade Asian session? No, I do not trade Asian session, at least not live. Okay, sometimes sometimes. Yeah, so that news trade was pretty crazy. We had our stop loss above, so you know it's good that we closed it because they went for the London highs eventually. So it's good that we closed our trade. Buy at 1865. I'm definitely interested at that level, yeah. Definitely interested at the level. I would rather buy here than I would buy right here, right at resistance, right? It gives you more room, and if you then break out or you failed to break out, you can already secure yourself on break even, and so you don't have to really worry that much if you bounce from here. So if you do bounce from here, then if you come up and you're facing that resistance again, you don't have to buy there. You can already be secured, and you can already maybe even take some profits out of the market and so on. So 100%. 865 is super interesting level to look at. And I would definitely place in, I'm definitely going to place some sort of order right there. I'm actually going to do it right now. Just because I can, but keep in mind that we're already in position. We are also thinking about taking a short back to the 1865. But we have no confirmation yet. That's the game.
What makes your body fresh and younger than Thomas? Bro, do I look old to you? I know I'm getting a little bit gray, but you know, like, I'm just 21 years old. Man.
I would say go to Thomas's Instagram and you will see what he's doing there. Yeah, check it out. Check it out.
Yeah, life in Rotterdam is tough. Yeah, exactly. You know? I just never see any sun like Lorenzo, you know? Damn, Thomas turned 21. Yeah, I turned 21 about 10 days ago.
Okay, we're starting to push now for real. Carlos says, guys, good morning, guys. I'm new here and I really love you guys' content. Keep it up. Thank you, brother, man. Thank you for the like. Thank you for the subscribe. Okay. Hope you enjoyed the news trade we took. It was quite wild. We now are simply much waiting here for a reaction here. This is already, you know, a serious move. I've not seen a single closure, so we're in the middle of that range. $80.65. Probably gonna go there. Let's see if New York is actually trapping us. No, I don't think so. Let's see.
Exactly, Lorenzo looks younger than Thomas. How come he is 21? I have no clue, bro. I have no clue. Lorenzo has a big beard, you know what I'm saying? Like, he has a big beard, and I'm like, baby face.
We're gonna get you a new camera, bro. It's the camera.
Thomas, I had a question for you. Learning about 1.5 years, but I'm not good profitable. Any advice? So I have some questions for you, if that's okay. Do you have a journal? And what do I mean by journal is that, do you log everything that you do? Every trade you make, your emotions, stuff like that? I would wait for your answer.
Lorenzo, how old are you? I'm 29.
So you're almost turning 30 years old, Lorenzo.
Yeah, man.
So you're getting old.
I'm getting old. I'm getting old. It's getting better every year. It's getting better every year. No, next week. Next week, when we close down our V3, okay? My birthday, I'm gonna close down the V3 access here. So if you are interested in getting in our private community here, okay? We have around 1,600 members right now in our community. And this is your chance. I don't even have to explain you what's in it, okay? Because I'm not gonna explain you what's in it. You just have to buy it and see for yourself, okay? That's all what I'm gonna say. We have 8 more days for us to close down here. And Trap City for gold right now. Be careful. Okay, we're getting bought up again.
Benjamin, use something different, brother. Ain't gonna. My man's crazy. How do you use the journal? I still don't understand what I should put inside it except for profit loss data reason. So a journal is you have a spreadsheet where you can track the trades that you're taking, right? But you also have a journal, and a journal is a little bit more a personal thing, right? It's gonna be, you are gonna ask yourself certain questions, so you can reflect on every trade that you're taking. Like, I personally have a video journal. So I record the trades that I take by myself, with the camera on as well, you know, talking on what I see during the trade, and I watch them back. So I can learn from everything that I'm doing, because how do you expect to learn from something if you don't know what you did during the trade? Especially when you lose your emotions, it's not you trading, it's your emotion that's taking over.
Yeah.
So you can't learn anything from it if you're not going to confront yourself with it. Because your mind will always make it better for you, right? It will always make it better and comfortable for you. So you're like, yeah, but the market this did, and the market this that, and blah, 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 and stuff like that. You know, your mind is always going to change it up. So you need to have the data so you can actually work from that.
100%.
Does that make sense for everyone in the chat? I hope that makes sense.
Yesterday was a good example, okay? We had a beautiful winning trade yesterday, but we were a little bit in drawdown. And the moment we came in drawdown, people in the chat were like starting to shift. They were starting to you know, change on us. Not everyone, by the way. A minority, a small group of people starting to get very emotional. angry, upset, you name it. And then you saw it literally flipping and going back into profits. And they were happy again. So the conclusion is, don't get too excited when you win in this game. Don't get too excited. But also don't get too sad when you lose. This is the game you're playing, okay? It's trading. Do you have a magic ball? I don't. You don't. Nobody has. So you're trading with probabilities. You're trying to work your way into positions, all right? And get or make money out of it. That's the way we play that. So it's very simple. You just have to take a lot of trades. Have to manage your risk accordingly. You don't get too greedy. You definitely don't get too emotional. And you start building your track records. Win or lose, I really don't care. You start building your track records. You start setting things up. And the more data you have, the more information you have, the more confidence you start building because you know more about the markets. And before you know it, you found the secret, right? And you found the secret. I'll tell you what the secret is. The secret is that there is no secret. You just have to work hard and do a lot of trades in order to get there. Okay? You guys are doing great though. I can see it in the chat. Most of you guys are extremely aware of the fact that drawdown is also part of the game. Now, losing a trade sometimes is part of the game. But as long as you stay committed to your rules and you stick to what you know and your strategy, and you give it enough time to... you just give it enough time, you will eventually start exploiting the markets. That's it. So what do we look at? So number one, we close below this level. Then I'm going to go to lower time frame and see what's happening. This is 7 minutes. If we're closing way too low, it's unfortunately too late. We cannot enter. That's the rule. That's one of these rules we were talking about. 1865 is a great target. In case we decide to come to the 1865, then I think that based upon the current trend of gold, we could and might see another reaction to the upside too. David says the real secret is risk management. I agree. I agree as well. Yeah, and I know many of you guys, this is the exact reason why I'm doing this challenge. From $1,000 to $10,000 is the main reason is to show you that you don't have to be a banana and enter full on all in margin on one particular trade. No, you can easily get into a trade and then get into another trade and get into another trade and then build up your trades in a range. So the moment you have this set up, you start risking 3 times more than you usually risk, but your overall actual risk is still the same. That's the idea. It's about building up, right? So what do you need to know for that? You need to know, you need to understand the daily. You need to understand the higher time frame. Even if you're a scalper. In my opinion, the higher time frame is key. A day trader, let's put it this way. When you're a day trader. Because this gives you enough perspective of what the potential could be of a trade that you're placing. Then it's all about getting in with minimum risk first. So if you think about entering with 1%, why not enter with 0.3%, get a confirmation on the lower time frame, enter another 0.3, enter another 0.3, get into your 1%. I'm doing this right now with 5 or 10%, so a total. So it's a different story. That's the only way we can do this, and do this challenge. But still, the risk principles are actually the same thing. Okay? So what is a good broker? Vantage. I really like Vantage so far. I'm doing this challenge on Vantage as well. I have a much bigger account right now that I'm using trading on Vantage. Let me open this account as well. So overall, I'm really happy with what I see on Vantage in regards to slippage, executions, and spreads. If you're interested, there's a link in the description. It's a broker that's already 12 years old, so it's not a new broker. Okay, they're very similar to IC markets. I personally had some issues with IC markets before. That's the problem. So Vantage is a great alternative if you're interested, but you cannot be from the United States, I believe.
From the US, yeah.
From the US, yeah. There we go. Trap City. Okay. New York. Trapping individuals that took early shorts right here. We're still waiting patiently for a reaction here. We're right now a little bit in the middle of nowhere. I see that the Euro is actually going crazy. We still had to wait for the close here as well, though. Euro is going for it. Wow. Okay, dollar is absolutely getting smashed right now. Is that what's happening? I think so. Dollar is getting smashed. There we go. Clear breakdown. This is good. Very good. Pullback, continuation. Right into that gap. Right there. 1.068. Something I'm interested in. So, pullback, retest, continuation. Wow. Okay. Do you have to post your ID in Vantage to order have an account? I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you need to do an identity check. So yeah. With Vantage, a VPN won't work because you need to show who you are. And they won't give you an account if you're from the US.
Yeah. Whoo, Euro. We talking about, guys, breakout. Okay, 4-hour resistance we had before. We're breaking out right now. Now it can definitely lead us into continuation. Dollar is bearish, like we said. This was a massive fake out right here. We talked about that. We're now flipping bearish. This is the continuation you want to see. Any pullback for the dollar back up after this closure coming down. Euro the other way around, and we just simply look for longs. I think that makes a lot of sense right here. We can also use Thomas tactic, where we're gonna go a little bit to the lower time frame and see from there. But this is definitely the resistance that we wanted to break for the EURUSD. It's really good stuff right now. For gold, Trap City. Okay, we're talking about closures all the time. The reason why is because gold is Trap City. So yeah, nothing for gold. Nothing for gold there. Really clean. 1 minute left. So far, interesting New York Open so far. Typical. It's interesting, right? Usually EURUSD and gold are correlated. So if Euro US dollar comes down, then gold comes down. But like I said before, it's time to not look at the dollar index correlation with gold. It's starting to look more like the government bonds right now. So if you are looking at trading also with correlations, the correlation means if A goes up, B goes down, or if B goes up, A goes up. You always need to confirm this every single day if it's actually the case. That's the idea here. So I'm going to give it like, 50 more minutes right now for gold. I think that we are not really in a good spot if you want to look for longs here. because you're longing right into resistance like we talked about before. The only way where I'm looking for longs is if we come back down. Then I'm looking for longs. I already have a limit order placed. For euro, it's a different story because the dollar and the euro are kind of moving perfect right now. If the euro comes down here and it starts to push back, yeah, then we're in a good position. So give it like 15 minutes. See where we can pull back to here. Thomas, what are you seeing on your USD right now after that break?
So yeah, right now we had that break to the upside like you just mentioned. I would like to see them come back on the 15 minute to the downside right now. To, if we're looking to the candle, around 190 would be perfect, around that level. If they manage to come back down towards that level, give us a lower time frame flip. I will be interested to look for a continuation up.
So after that, 106.19.
Yeah. Around that level. You also see that we do not have a bottom wick on that candle, so I'd like to see them come into that.
Oh yeah.
Flip the candle, and
so
then,
they're actually taking out the supply. This is a demand right here first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's also around the value area high of the range before that. So.
Yeah. Another thing is nice as well is that we have that that gap then to be filled. We fill up that gap first, so we know there is nothing left behind, and then we can just go from there.
100%.
Yeah. Makes sense. It gives us a higher risk to reward. If you want to enter now, then there is a chance that we're going to go up. It's true. But then at the same time, then our stop loss will be roughly around here, and then our risk to reward will not be that clean. So we also have to take consideration, is a risk to reward worth it? If we do decide to enter right now, right there. When you have the gap below as well. Gold closed above. Nothing for gold here. Okay. You can come down aggressively and then can get bought up again. If you start coming right now again. Yeah. I mean, it's really up to you for here. But for me personally, I need to see at least a closure below in order to take this to the 1865. If it already goes, it goes, right? But I'm already interested in buys from here.
Massive congratulations to Duke. I see you just passed your funded challenge in the certificates channel. Amazing job, brother. Keep it up. Keep it up, bro.
In the certificate, nice. Okay.
I don't know if you're here, Duke, but if you are, congratulations, bro. Keep it up.
Congrats, Justin. Well done, man. Great feeling. Don't get too excited, though. You still have a lot of work to do, right? This is the start, the beginning. Okay, I'm gonna set an alert for Euro here. Lower time frame. Yeah, it could be though. It could be that that zone here. Keep in mind that this was very strong resistance before. Okay, it's the first time we actually came out of it and we closed above it. Okay, on the hourly. And the dollar is definitely not looking strong whatsoever. And I don't see that there is any intention for the dollar to just suddenly come up here as well. So only positive for us in regards to the euro. In regards to entries though, the entry will be like at 106.2-ish. It gives us much better risk reward. If you don't come back, yeah, it is what it is. But at some point, I think we're going to retest this regardless. So then I'm rather a little bit more patient here. Beautiful breakout for EURUSD and breakdown for the dollar. Like we said, whenever you see this happening here, a massive fake out closure, it's usually not good for the dollar. Very, very bad actually, especially because we looked at the daily. And it all starts with the daily right here. Okay, the main reason why we find it so important is because this daily support that we had became resistance and we retested it, but we failed to break above it. So if you can't reclaim that, you're going to have problems. You're going to have difficulties. And this is what happened. So in this case, I do think that based on what we're currently seeing, the continuation potential is bigger than a pullback now for the dollar. So only good stuff. Gold is chilling. Okay, gold is just chilling below resistance right here. Keep in mind, gold made already a massive move before. So I personally really believe that we have to see something like this. Give us at least some sort of pullback, short term. Accumulate more longs, because it's apparently very hard for gold right now to break highs as well as lows. But it needs to pull back, in my opinion, to start accumulating more longs to come up further. And to start going for these highs that we have right here. That will give us 1, 2, 3, 4 moves up. If we decide to then break it and retest below the 1865, then it gets messy, right? Then you come back into that range. Then you need to break the 1858. If you break the 1858, then I think there is a big chance that they want to change something completely. We're going to then come back down to fill up that gap that we had. The daily gap for gold. But so far, definitely no need to look for that gap yet. Definitely not needed. Okay, euro is starting to chill a little bit. Okay, so dollar, give us a nice retest here, get rejected here, and pull back. In my opinion, Lorenzo, it's not the best zone to sell gold. I think it's better for a sell right at this level. If you look specifically for a trade, I think it's better for a sell here than a buy here. Because you're buying right into resistance, right at the highs right now, right at that level. If you want to look for buys, I would definitely look for buys right below. So either you don't sell it, you just wait for price to pull back and look for long continuation. 1862 or 1865. How long are you talking this will take? It depends on when we come back to this level.
What's the EURUSD long target? So the first target was already hit. That was 280. And if you're in a position, I would say aim around 400 for another target, because that's the last week Sunday open. So that could be used as resistance. And another target would be 740, the 4-hour gap that you have to the upside. So multiple targets.
Do you only trade your own capital? Yeah. As of now, I have one funded account, but the rest is all my own money indeed. I noticed he moved better this morning than he is now, even though there was news in his favor. Yeah, I agree. For gold is now a little bit slowing down. Makes sense, right? Let's be honest here. If you look at the daily, we have seen incredible movement since the NFP after that break. 460 pips to the upside right here for gold after that massive dump. Whatever comes down aggressively has to come up as well, right? This is another confirmation. The NFP was the perfect release, the perfect pivot right here. The question right now will be, where are we going to go to? I think personally that eventually the target, which I'm taking very serious, is the 1885. And the reason why is if you go back to the daily chart, you have support here, you broke down aggressively, resistance here, very high confirmation zone right now. 1885 are the lows of that previous big range that we created on the daily, which was right here. Okay, massive range. And that massive breakdown. So we're almost there. We're almost at the 1885. So if you pull back, I want to long it at least to the 1885. This is where I'm going to thinking about closing down these positions for my my initial trade to double my account for the challenge. More than double my account for the challenge right here. But it all depends on the pullback on 1865 that will give us that confirmation. What I like about this whole thing is that we have this doji, this daily closure from yesterday. And I think that could give us that support also that we need. So it's not just that high that we're looking at on the lower time frame that I was talking about right here, you know. It is not just this previous high that we're retesting in combination with that trend line that we have been building, but it's also the high of that candle from yesterday. So the previous daily high, okay, that we're retesting as well. So that's the main reason. The question is right now, is it worth it to take a short term? Without a closure, definitely not. As you guys can see that we have been, you know, trapping individuals already here a couple times before. Euro is starting to pull back as well.
It's looking good on the 5. Let's see.
How much money did you start? At the beginning, a couple, like $5,000. And that was pretty early. Lorenzo, really glad your music taste is getting better every single day. Bro, I'm not a DJ. I would never be a DJ. I appreciate DJs. My friends are good DJs. I'm definitely not a DJ. I would be the DJ that presses one button and just plays a set and just trying to act cool. That's the DJ I would be. Okay, we're pulling back. You look at the 5-minute, Thomas?
Yeah, currently I'm looking at the 1 minute actually. Looking at the level. At 6225 at the moment, but I'm still looking for them to maybe go a little bit lower.
Okay, let's open your screen for a second. And let's see what you're seeing right now. Let's share it to the fam. And we can get it sorted here. Let's do it. Let's see what you see right there.
Alright, can you see it?
Yeah, I see your screen.
Alright, so I'm currently looking at this level. We see that what we're doing already is that we're taking out some liquidity to the downside, so that's really good to see. Coming into a unmitigated zone right here. I want to see a good reaction out of that. And let's see what's going to happen here. It's a wick as well. It's an unmitigated wick. And then looking at the 5-minute. We still have a gap a little bit higher for the DXY. We just had a 5-minute closure. We need to keep that in mind, of course. So we have a gap to the upside that's unmitigated on the 5. We need to watch that as well. But for now, currently waiting to see what they're going to do out of this level. We have relative equal highs to the top.
That's good.
So
that's good. That's a good sign.
Draw on liquidity right here. Let's see what they're going to do out of this level.
Okay. Yeah, I do like it. I do think it's interesting on the lower time frame. Can you draw the Fibonacci for the dollar?
Yes, 1 second. And we have a fair value gap to the upside as well. Currently, we are at above 50%. So the best thing we could look for if we're looking on the 5 is for it to come a little bit higher up into that gap. That would be the 705 to then have a continuation. And if you're looking from the actual high to low, it would be a little bit higher and would be above those highs. And then we would be looking at a gap right here that could be a point of interest.
Okay.
So we could look for the bigger range and see if they want to expand a little bit higher up. If that happens, we want to see them, of course, build liquidity along the way. So a slower pace to the upside, breaking through, taking out all the sellers above right here, go into the POI to then have that break and then enter to have the continuation down lower.
I actually like that.
So
I think that's a good idea, bro. I think that people are gonna really like get in quick. And then like we would still come down one more time in order to get to where we want for the dollar. I think the dollar has still more room. Let's see what's happening here. I am aware though, Thomas, of the 30-minute here. Okay, if you can see it right now that we're tapping into the previous low on the 30-minute right there as well.
Yeah.
So if you actually get rejected here, then this could still be the moment here. But you see already on the 15-minute. That the dollar is trying to break through. Okay, that 50-minute candle is going to be important. Still leaving us with that gap below as well. Okay. Lorenzo, do you see anything worth looking at on the Nasdaq? So number 1. Let's see what gold's doing, by the way. Okay, still there. Number 1. Volatility index. Go to the right time frame. Where are we at? Swing low to swing high. Broke to 50. Looking weak. Okay. Back at the lows though. I think you're gonna face some, there we go. Back at the lows. This low created. This high. Pull back. So you could see a bounce from here. If that happens, then the Nasdaq could reach some resistance. Even though it's bullish. And I think we're reaching some resistance right now. There we go. Reaching some resistance. Yeah, we manipulate the highs right there. Okay. If you go to the daily, took out the previous daily high. Came into this initial zone here. 4 hour. Let's see if we have. Yeah, you have a clear rejection there. Clear rejection there. Coming back. Okay. You could see potential pullback soon for Nasdaq. Even though it's looking quite strong at the moment. I would look after these highs are taken out though. I don't think it's the time yet. I think we should be looking at after these highs are taken out. So come up, come down. I think we're not there yet.
Currently as well tapping into that zone on the lower time frame.
Okay, let's see how it goes. Hey guys, great work. Kindly detail me on GJ. GJ aka Trap City. Number 2. Gold and GJ. Okay. Yeah, so the yen I think was coming back like we talked about it right here. Yes, we tapped into that zone. We talked about that one. Alright, we talked about it an hour ago. Tapping into that low, reacting right now from it. The 5 minute reaction. Okay, initial reaction, decent. Reasonable. Okay, why? Closure below. 2 times double wick confirmation. That means that you have 2 bottom wicks right now next to each other right here, looking quite decent. Showing still some volume. So that means that GJ will probably most likely face resistance right now. Potentially come down a little bit right here. And is actually starting to face some difficulties after a beautiful long and massive expansion we've seen before. So where did we go to? We came into this high. Right here. Like roughly this high here on the 1 hour. You see how we reacted from it. We tapped into it perfectly. Now you go to the 5 minute. What do you need to do? What I want to see here, I want to see actually the following. I want to see a low like this getting taken out. 183.327. And the reason why is because if you hold here and you're gonna come and bounce off here again, we don't have what we want. We want to have a breakdown followed by a continuation or a pullback continuation. And the reason why is because the yen itself is in a very important level, like we talked about before. Japanese yen basket, 4 hour chart. You can see it. This was the low that created that high. This is where that intervention thing started about protecting the Japanese yen because it's losing so much value that they have to do something about it. We saw a massive reaction here. This is the low that initially generated that move. So I take this low very serious. Very serious. If you want to look for pullbacks for GJ, then this is the mode to look for pullbacks due to the fact that the yen will potentially or could potentially bounce from here. Then another layer is looking at the British pound. The British pound looks still quite strong overall. Gotta say, however, we are facing that resistance right now as well. So it's actually the perfect combination of the British pound facing resistance right here. Okay, we're talking about the following levels here. This was the low. And this was the high. We're now facing the resistance of this high. Right here, the previous low, which now becomes resistance right here. So British pound in resistance. Japanese yen, support like we talked about. Okay, holding up here. So far, giving us that bounce on the 4 hour. Combine that with GJ being in that area of supply right here, facing that resistance as well. Is definitely not looking for longs right now. If you want to look for longs in pullbacks, okay? Yes, we are still bullish, but look for longs in pullbacks, not in resistance. So for that particular reason, bro, waiting for a break, pullback continuation, or a break. That's your confirmation. Anything above here, shorting here, in my opinion, it's still a little bit more on the risky side. If you want to have good confirmation and wait at least for this candlestick to be broken. Very, very clean.
EU is currently pushing.
Oh. How do we call this? We call this Trap City. Trap City. Okay. Not looking for shorts here. Only looking for longs right now. If you come back to the 8065 here. This is too choppy. Don't want to get involved anymore. Tired of it. Don't want to see this over and over again. It's actually telling me, Lorenzo, stay out of the market. You're in a nice long here. Try to just wait for it to come down at some point and try to scale in your positions. That's what it's telling me. Not Lorenzo, go short right now. Because there are 3 bottom wicks right here. Yeah, this is choppiness right here, right? We talked about this before. We still have some news coming out later today, so I want you to be aware of that. And keep in mind also that the CPI is coming. The CPI tomorrow is coming. 8:30. We're gonna be there. We're gonna be here. If you're gonna be here, let me know in the chat. But the CPI is coming. And today we still have a report coming out as well. So it could be that gold is just going to be difficult, complicated, being a headache until that moment. All right. Anything else? Beautiful for gold. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But this is for now no longer short worthy, in my opinion, until further continuation here. Okay. I do not think it's definitely worth it right here. Any updates on the Euro, Thomas?
We had a pretty good push out of the zone. Currently came back with a big push as well out of the fair value gap. Right now it doesn't seem like it's gonna do it. We also have equal highs on the DXY on the lower time frame, so we could still see them do a swipe of opposing liquidity and then have a continuation down. So I'm currently still waiting. I'm not convinced yet with the zone that we're in.
Yeah.
Because of the heavy push to the downside after mitigating the gap. And with the equal highs as well, of course, to the upside on the lower time frame on the XY. So currently we're still waiting.
Okay. Okay, guys, I think that's it for today. I think that we're not going to see a lot of crazy moves anymore right now at the moment. We had fun though. We took a trade. We broke even on this one. Yeah, the news, we took it 2 minutes before the news came. Was fun. Was exciting. We thought we had it. We thought we came into massive profits, but it come up right away. We're still longs. Like I said, I'm going to buy potentially more at the 80.65. If I get invalidated, then it is what it is. Waiting for continuation push down and look for new entries right here. The medium long term, I'm bullish on gold. I think we're at a great price. I think it's worth the price right now. So therefore, I want to start scaling in. And that's the only way I can take this account from $1,000 to $10,000 using that particular strategy where I, grid my risk, right? Divide my trades over a lot of small trades in order to accumulate my position right here and just continue from there. So I still want to give away one-time access to our private community, our V3 today. So we can do a little giveaway if you're interested right now. We have our closing coming very soon, where we no longer accept new members into our private group. We have, you know, Thomas is streaming there every single London session, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. He gives an educational course or session on a Friday or Monday, sorry. And then we have also the backtesting sessions as well, which are extremely valuable. With you know, you're backtesting together with 150 people. That's how you should see it. And you know, literally going over you know, the charts together, and then just evaluate what are we going to do here, guys. Are we going to go long, short, stop loss, and break even, and so on and so on. Plus you know, tons of other things I don't want to talk about, but you are definitely going to be interested in it. I can guarantee you that. So I'm going to give away one-time access to close down the stream. Because, yeah, you know, you guys deserve it. You guys had some good energy today. Good energy, so let me log in real quick. Let me see what we can do here. Very, very nice. Keyword. As always, limitless. That's our community. That's our brand. That's what you are, right? You are limitless. You can make it happen. I can make it happen. You can make it happen. We've all been working hard to make it happen. Type it once, though. Quickly. If you're already in the V3, you get your money back. This is the moment to get in, because in 8 more days, around my birthday, we're gonna close. We're gonna close down for new members. We have been open for a long time. We will reopen later, but we don't know when or for what price or whatever the case may be. All right, let's do 2 minutes. Let's put the music on a little bit. Nice. Alright, just roll it. Let's go. All right, let's roll it. Let's do our thing here. Thomas?
Yes, yes.
I'm gonna leave you already, but I'm gonna speak to you soon, brother. Thank you so much.
Alright, bro.
Keep it up, keep it up.
Soon,
Speak to you soon, bro. Alright. Okay, let's get it in. Let's get it in. Lifetime access to our V3 in 3, 2, 1. Zidani HD. Congratulations if you're in. Make sure you let me know right now. I think I see you already. Drop a yes. Drop a yes. I'm here. Perfect, man. Got you. Okay. One more time. Gonna be the last giveaway. Last giveaway, by the way, for the V3. It's over. Boom. Mr. PK Lele. Congratulations. Let me know if you're here. I need your account. I need your channel. There we go. Okay. Keep it up, fam. Keep it up. Keep doing your thing. Thank you for the stream. Tomorrow is the CPI. I want to see you there. Come early, because we're going to do our full breakdown, full analysis for the CPI tomorrow. We have been on point over the last couple of days, tremendously with gold especially. So we're trying to keep with that momentum here. The challenge is going forward. We're moving along right now. What's going to happen is that tomorrow with the CPI, we're going to see potentially some interesting moves happening, as well as later today. So I'm going to cover everything that happened overnight for me, because it's already late. And then, of course, the CPI tomorrow. So I'm going to see you there, regardless. We're gonna have some fun as always. And like I said, don't force anything. Be patient. Patience sometimes is give you the advantage, including managing your risk accordingly. Anyways, welcome to Limitless. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Let's have some fun. Peace out.